I'm Ellie, 25, and I'm sitting here in a cramped apartment, heart still racing from the fight that changed everything. My family sold my car, the one I poured every penny into, to buy my sister Lila a designer bag she didn't even need. They called it a family decision, but it felt like a knife in my back. That betrayal pushed me to uncover Lila's dark secret, a truth that shattered our family and set me free. Before I dive into this story, I'd love to know where you're watching from today. Drop your location in the comments below. Hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe to hear more stories about standing up for yourself when it matters most. Now let me take you back to how this all began. I'm standing in the driveway, staring at the empty spot where my car used to be. My beat-up navy blue hatchback. The one I named Betsy after countless late-night drives dreaming of a bigger life is gone. Just yesterday, I was polishing her dashboard, psyching myself up for the biggest job interview of my life, a graphic design gig that could finally get me out of this small town. Now, the gravel patch is bare, and my chest feels like it's caving in. My hands shake as I clutch my phone, rereading Mom's text. We sold Betsy. Lila needed something for her brand. You'll understand. Understand? I want to scream. Lila, my younger sister by 2 years, always gets what she wants. Her Instagram's full of glittery selfies, designer sunglasses, and captions about living her truth. Meanwhile, I'm the one scraping by, working double shifts at the diner to keep Betsy's engine from dying. I storm into the house, the screen door slamming behind me. Mom's in the kitchen, chopping onions like nothing's wrong. Dad's on the couch, scrolling through his phone. Lila's nowhere in sight, probably out flaunting her new bag. You sold my car? My voice cracks, louder than I mean it to. Mom glances up, her knife pausing mid-chop. Ellie, don't be dramatic. It was for Lila's career. You know how important her image is. Her words hit like a slap. My career? My dreams? They don't even register. I turn to Dad, hoping for backup, but he just shrugs. It's done, kid. We got a good price. I feel like I'm drowning. Betsy wasn't just a car, she was my escape, my proof I could build something for myself. I flash back to the day I bought her, 17 and beaming, handing over every dollar I'd saved from babysitting. Lila had laughed, called it a rest bucket. Now it's gone, traded for a bag that probably cost more than my entire wardrobe. I want to cry, but anger burns hotter. Where's Lila? I demand. Mom sighs. She's out with friends. She'll be back later. I'm shaking now, my fists clenched. I march upstairs, ignoring Mom's call to calm down. Lila's room is a shrine to her ego-pink fairy lights, a vanity overflowing with makeup, and that damn bag sitting on her bed like a trophy. I grab it, tempted to rip it apart, but stop when her phone buzzes on the nightstand. I shouldn't look, but I do. A text pops up from someone named V. You're late on the payment. Don't make me come find you. My stomach twists. Payment? For what? Lila's always been the golden child, but this feels wrong. I put the phone down, my mind racing. What is she hiding? I hear the front door creak downstairs, Lila's back. My heart pounds as I head to confront her, but part of me wonders if I'm ready for the truth. I pause at the top of the stairs, gripping the railing. This isn't just about Betsy anymore. It's about me, about why I've always been the one to sacrifice. I take a deep breath and start down the steps, ready to face her, ready to fight for answers. Lila's standing in the living room, twirling her hair, that designer bag slung over her shoulder like it's no big deal. She's in a sparkly crop top, laughing at something on her phone, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. The sight of her so carefree, so entitled makes my blood boil. Lila, I say, my voice sharp enough to cut through her giggles. She looks up, her smile faltering for a split second before she plasters it back on. Ellie, what's with the face? You look like you're about to cry. Her tone is teasing, but there's an edge to it, like she knows exactly why I'm here. I step closer, the floor creaking under my sneakers. You know why? They sold my car for that. I point at the bag, my hand trembling. She rolls her eyes, tossing her phone onto the couch. Oh, come on, Ellie. It's just a car. I needed this for a shoot. My followers expect a certain vibe. Her words feel like a punch, knocking the air out of me. Just a car? I want to grab her by the shoulders and shake her, make her see what she's taken from me. Instead, I clench, my jaw trying to keep my voice steady. That car was mine, Lila. I paid for it. I kept it running. And you just took it. She shrugs like it's nothing, like I'm nothing. Mom and Dad said it was fine. Why are you making this a thing? I flash back to when we were kids, maybe 10 and 12, sitting on the porch eating popsicles. She'd always get the red one. Even if I called dibs because Mom said it matched her sparkle, I'd let it go every time because I loved her. But now that memory stings. I'm done letting it go. I saw your phone, I blurred out, and her eyes widen just for a moment. Who's V? What payment are you late on? Her face freezes, and for the first time, I see something like fear flicker across it. She recovers fast, laughing it off. You're snooping now? God, Ellie, get a life. But her voice is too high too quick. She grabs her phone and storms. Past me, her perfume stinging my nose. I follow her to the kitchen where Mom's still chopping, pretending not to hear us. Lila, what are you hiding? I press, my heart hammering. She spins around, her eyes narrowed. You're jealous. That's what this is. You've always been jealous of me. Her words cut deep, slicing open old wounds. Maybe she's right. Maybe I've always felt like the shadow to her spotlight. But that text wasn't jealousy, it was real. I think of Betsy, my one piece of freedom, sold for her lies. I'm about to snap back when Dad calls from the living room. Girl's enough. Ellie, let it go. Let it go. I can't. Not this time. I turn back to Lila, lowering my voice. I'm not dropping this. I know you're up to something. She smirks, but it's shaky, and she bolts upstairs, slamming her door. I stand there, my chest heaving, feeling Mom's eyes on me. Ellie, you're making this harder than it needs to be, she says softly, like I'm the problem. I want to scream that I'm not the one lying, not the one stealing. Instead, I grab my jacket and head out the back door, the cool night air hitting my face. I walk to the end of the street where Betsy used to park and sit on the curb. My interview's tomorrow, and I've got no way to get there. But more than that, I'm burning with questions. What's Lila hiding? Why does she always win? I pull out my phone, staring at her Instagram. Her latest post is her posing with the bag, captioned, "Blessed." I scroll through her followers, looking for anyone with a name starting with V. Nothing, but I'm not giving up. I can't. Not when I'm this close to unraveling her. I stand up, wiping my eyes, and head back to the house, determined to find answers. No matter what it takes, back inside, the house feels suffocating, like the walls are closing in with every step I take. The kitchen's empty now, Mom's vanished, probably to avoid the fallout. I hear Lila's music blaring from upstairs, a thumping pop beat that grates on my nerves. My legs feel heavy, but I climb the stairs anyway, driven by something I can't name. Anger, maybe, or desperation to understand why my family keeps choosing her over me. At her door, I hesitate, my hand hovering over the knob. I shouldn't go in, but that text from V is burned into my brain. Payment. Don't make. Me come find you. What's she gotten herself into? I twist the knob, heart pounding, and slip inside. Her room's a mess clothes strewn across the floor, Makeup tubes spilling off the vanity, that damn bag sitting smugly on her bed. I move quietly, like I'm trespassing in my own house. Her phone's gone, she must have taken it, but I spot a notebook tucked under a pile of scarves. It's not her usual glittery journal. This one's plain, worn, like it's hiding something. I flip it open, my fingers trembling. Pages of numbers, dates, and random initials V shows up. A lot. One entry catches my eye. $500 to V last warning. My stomach drops. Is she in debt? Blackmailed? I flash back to last Christmas when Lila got a new phone while I got a scarf Mom regifted from her closet. I'd smiled, said I loved it, but it hurt. Always second place. I shake off the memory and keep reading, but the sound of footsteps makes me freeze. I shove the notebook back and dive behind the bed, just as Lila bursts in, muttering to herself. Stupid Ellie, always poking around, she hisses, grabbing the bag and checking her reflection. My heart races. She knows I'm onto her. She leaves, and I wait, counting to 10 before slipping out. Downstairs, I grab my laptop and start digging into her Instagram again, scrolling through comments, looking for anything weird. A follower named Viper99 stands out, cryptic replies, heart emojis, private account. Is this V? I try to DM them, but my message won't send. My interview's in 12 hours, and I'm stuck. No car, no plan, but I can't stop now. I borrow Mom's old bike from the garage, pedaling to the library where the MiFi's better. Sitting at a sticky table, I search deeper, finding a deleted post Lila had tagged with hashtag Viper Vibes. It's a blurry photo of her at a club, someone's arm around her, face out of frame. My hands shake as I screenshot it. This is bigger than a bag, bigger than Betsy. I'm scared, but I'm not backing down. I pedal home in the dark, the cold biting my face. Knowing tomorrow's not just about the interview, it's about finding the truth. I wake up to the sound of my alarm blaring, my body aching from last night's bike ride. It's 6 a.m. and my job interview is in 3 hours. I should be practicing my portfolio pitch, but all I can think about is Lila and that notebook. My room feels too small, cluttered with sketches and diner receipts, a stark contrast to her perfect Instagram world. I grab my phone and check her profile again, scrolling through her latest post, a selfie with that bag, captioned, "Chasing dreams, not drama." The irony makes my stomach twist. I'm the drama, apparently, for daring to question her. I drag myself to the bathroom, splashing cold water on my face, trying to shake the fog of anger and hurt. I see my reflection, tired eyes, messy hair, and wonder when I stopped recognizing myself. I flash back to high school, 16 years old, when Lila started her brand. She'd film herself trying on outfits while I helped with lighting, always out of frame. I was proud of her then, even if it meant fading into the background. Now, I'm not so sure. I pull on my best blazer, the one I bought secondhand for interviews, and head downstairs. Mom's making coffee, but she doesn't look at me. "Good luck today," she mumbles, like she's checking a box. I nod, grabbing a granola bar, and head out to catch the bus, my only option now that Betsy's gone. The bus ride is bumpy, and I'm clutching my portfolio, my nerves shot. At the library, I sit up at the same table, pulling up Lila's Instagram again. I dig deeper, clicking through her followers' profiles, looking for Viper99. Their account is private, but a mutual follower's comment mentions a VIP party Lila attended last month. I search the hashtag Viper Vibes and find more deleted. Posts grainy photos of Lila at clubs, always with someone shadowy in the background. My heart races as I piece it together. Is she caught up in something dangerous? I think of the notebook, those numbers, and V. I'm tempted to call her, demand answers, but I know she'll just lie. Instead, I email the mutual follower, pretending to be a fan, asking about the party. No reply yet. The clock ticks closer to my interview, and I force myself to focus, heading to the design firm downtown. The interview goes okay, my sketches get a nod, but I'm distracted, my mind on Lila. Afterward, I check my phone and see a reply from the mutual follower. Lila's tight with some sketchy promoter. Be careful. My stomach drops. I head home, the bus rattling my bones, and sneak into Lila's room again while she's out. The notebook's still there, but now there's a new entry. V meeting, midnight, usual spot. Tonight, I know I should let it go, focus on my own life, but I can't. I grab my jacket and wait for nightfall, my heart pounding with fear. And determination. It's nearly midnight, and I'm crouched behind a dumpster in an alley behind Club Neon, the usual spot from Lila's notebook. The air smells like stale beer and cigarette smoke, and my knees ache from squatting so long. I borrowed Mom's bike again, pedaling through the dark, my heart hammering with every creak of the tires. I shouldn't be here sneaking around, spying on my sister, but that text from V and the notebook's cryptic entries have me hooked. I need to know what she's doing. The club's neon sign buzzes above, casting a purple glow over the graffiti-covered walls. I pull my hoodie tighter, trying to blend into the shadows. Lila's not here yet, but I spot a black SUV idling nearby, its windows tinted so dark I can't see inside. My stomach churns. Is that V? I think back to when we were kids, maybe 14 and 16, when Lila would sneak out to parties and I'd cover for her, telling Mom she was studying. I was her protector then, but now I'm the one hunting her secrets. The club door swings open and there she is, Lila, in a glittery dress, that designer bag dangling from her arm. She's laughing, but it's forced, her eyes darting nervously. A man steps out behind her, tall, slick hair, maybe 30, in a suit that screams money. He grabs her elbow, not gently, and she flinches. My breath catches. Is this Viper 99? I strain to hear, but the music from the club drowns them out. She hands him something, a thick envelope, and he stuffs it in his jacket, saying something that makes her face go pale. I want to run to her, pull her away, but my feet are glued to the ground. What's she giving him? Money? Drugs? My mind races with possibilities, each worse than the last. They head toward the SUV, and I creep closer, hiding behind a stack of crates. My phone buzzes Mom, probably wondering where I am. I silence it, my eyes locked on Lila. The man opens the car door, but before she gets in, she glances around, and for a split second, our eyes meet. I duck, my heart in my throat. Did she see me? The car peels out, and I'm left shaking alone in the alley. I pedal home, the cold air stinging my face, replaying the scene. Lila's in deep, and I'm terrified for her, but I'm also furious. She's been lying to us, using us while I lost everything. Back in my room, I open my laptop, my hands still trembling, and dig into Viper 99's profile again. Nothing new, but I find a forum post mentioning Viper, who runs exclusive parties for influencers. Promising fame for a price. Is Lila paying for her followers, her likes? I think of Betsy, sold for her lies, and my chest tightens. I want to confront her now, but it's 2 a.m. and she's not home. I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, torn between saving her and exposing her. By morning, I'm a mess, but I know one thing. I'm not stopping until I know the truth. Morning breaks through my blinds in harsh strips of light, but I've barely slept. I sit at my desk, staring at the notebook, the screenshots, the scraps of truth I've pieced together like a detective in my own life. There's no more doubt, Lila's caught up with someone dangerous, and Betsy was the first of many sacrifices to keep her fantasy afloat. But now it's my move, by noon, Lila finally walks through the front door, sunglasses on despite the overcast sky. Her glitter's faded, her heels uneven, and when she sees me standing in the living room, arms crossed, her face tightens. She knows. We need to talk, I say, my voice low but firm. She tries to brush past me, but I block her path. Sit. And she does, not because I scare her, but because she's tired too, and maybe deep down, she knows she can't keep this charade up forever. I lay it all out, the text, the notebook, the club, the man with the envelope. Her jaw clenches, tears welling, but she doesn't deny it. I didn't mean for it to get this far, she whispers. I just wanted to make it, to be someone. You are someone, I snap. But you're not you anymore. You're the version the internet claps for, and you've burned everything real to keep her alive. Silence. I needed Betsy, I add, softer now. I needed her to get out, but you needed that bag to stay in. She nods slowly, broken open by truth. I'm sorry, she says. I didn't know how to stop. I should hate her. Part of me still does. But I also see the scared girl behind the gloss, the sister I used to read stories to when the lights went out. And I know saving her won't bring Betsy back. It won't fix our family. But maybe it can fix me. I don't wait for her apology to finish. I grab my bag, sling my portfolio over my shoulder, and walk out. I have a second interview next week, one I'll find a way to get to. Even if I have to ride that rusted bike across state lines, this story didn't end the way I thought it would. I didn't get justice. I didn't get revenge, but I did get something else, clarity. I saw the truth, spoke it out loud, and finally stopped shrinking for someone else's spotlight. I'm Ellie. I'm 25. And for the first time, I'm choosing my story over their silence.